Shout out to Lil Nas X.
Get.
Niggas is doing country music now.
Gonna take my truck to the market, buy me some milk and cookies.
Like, you really gotta do it like you country dude.
Right.
Getting on down the road.
What up, though?
What's going on, everybody? Reporting live from the great city of Buffalo, New York. It's your man, R.J.
We in a dungeon. It's your boy, Boo-G. We cooling out.
We're back for another awesome, amazing podcast. Or should I say Lambtastic?
Lambtastic Voyage.
Yeah, it's the Lambtastic Voyage.
You know what I'm saying? Couple buys out there, you know what I mean? That might be a sheep, but who gives a fuck? Yo, first and foremost, I gotta speak on something.
Go ahead, guys.
So, I'm seeing a lot of motherfuckers complain about this weather.
Facts.
Like, as if we all didn't go to school and realize that April showers bring May flowers.
Right.
We ain't in summertime yet, so if we get a glimpse of some shit where it's like 80 and then the next day is like 50 with rain, that's normal. Stop complaining about the goddamn weather.
See, what it is, niggas gotta stop putting all their eggs in one basket.
Okay.
Just because we get one hot day, or just because we get one hot day, that don't mean that we continuously supposed to get that.
Right.
Because we're from Buffalo.
Right. In saying that, I prefer that we don't get no motherfucking hot days anyway, because when they typically happen, some bullshit be going on. Everybody know that. Whenever we get a nice ass day, everybody praying, I hope nobody gets shot today. I hope nobody get... But it happens. So, as long as y'all complain about one day being nice, one day being warm, one day being cold, and then them days when it's hot, we RIPing somebody, it just is what it is.
You gotta take your wins with your losses.
It just is what it is, man.
You gotta take the good with the bad, man.
That's all you can do. That's all you can do. But yeah, we cooling out today. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday we had a little malfunction, so y'all ain't really gonna be able to hear what we was kicking on yesterday.
Yeah.
And I fucked everything up. I didn't go to ITT Tech, so my my computer and technology skills are not up to par.
You went to ICDC college.
Right. Fucking with Romeo and them. Master P trying to give me some money yachties. Yo, he just tried to give Zion Williamson $20 million on the sneaker deal.
Listen.
I just seen that.
Zion Williams is not wearing no ICDC. Make him say uns, though. I'm all for supporting black people. I'm all for supporting the culture. But come on, Master P.
He ain't wearing no fucking money yachties. That shit ain't that shit like crocodile and leopard? Fucking leopard. Nobody gonna wear that like in the game. Come on. That's $20 million.
That's like Brian wearing some Birdman lugs. Though.
Right. Some S. Carters or some shit like.
Yeah, S. Dot.
No,
the second volume of them joints was fire.
I would have fucked with the G units. I would fuck with the G units before.
I think that's what I'm thinking about.
Them low G units, they white with the navy blue. Them joints is I ain't never had none. All them niggas try to come out with kicks though when you think about it. Remember that's the game had the Hurricanes?
Yeah.
Niggas was really trying to
listen to how revolutionary Jay-Z was. Not only as a rapper, but as a businessman.
Mm-hmm.
He had niggas in the club wearing S-dots and button-up shirts.
I ain't had no S-dots.
Well, Rockwear jeans.
I definitely wore some button-ups. You need a crisp pair of teeth. What do you say? Crisp, man, some button-ups. I don't know the words, word for word. But that is true. That is very true.
These are Scooby-Doos.
Right. These are Scooby-Doos.
Those are shoes.
Yeah, those are shoes. He had niggas wanting to roll white papers, and I did. I swear I did. I had some high tops, some tops papers. Definitely. He said, we going to smoke a J to this one.
Yeah.
Jay-Z stole my man, Young Chris Flow.
Yeah, you've been saying that all day. You've been saying that for like the last 2-3 days.
He stole my man, Flo. Jay-Z ain't sound like that, man. I'm telling you, he ain't sound like that. He really did. Jay-Z had a flow, and it was sweet. But he came with that, and when you listen to Young Chris, He's always rapped like that. That ain't like no. I think I might wife, incredible like. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he had that flow already. He didn't get around Hove and sound like that. That's like the only nigga I heard sound like Hove when he rapped was the nigga from Bird Gang. That one nigga, he sound just
Oh, the
like
nigga
Jay
from
Z.
Baltimore.
Yeah, he sound just like Jay Z.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was Hove. I'm like, damn, they,
Wasn't these? Yeah, on that one joint was that Pray for Wayne, Paul Mince Pickle,
Right.
drive through the store,
right. He had a sweet ass
pull the
verse.
truck upside.
Right, he
That
had
was on Pray for Rain, I think.
on that album. But remember they came out with the MOB album too.
Oh
They had it with the Splash
Yeah.
and the some shit. I remember Max B was dogging all that shit. free to wave, but free to wave.
Max B, Biggerville.
You know what I mean? Max Biggerville. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude definitely
Should
sound
come
like
home soon.
they said this year. They said earlier this year. But first time
They've been saying that for 10 years, though.
right. They said that last year. I take that back. He was supposed to be out last year.
Right.
I don't know, but he'll be home. Hopefully, he don't be on no bullshit. Free to wave though. Is 6ix9ine out of jail? Or is he
Yo,
still-
I don't know. I don't know, but they done hid that nigga somewhere. If he not in jail, he's in somewhere where a lot of black people ain't.
Right. Because that nigga using him for, you heard about him every day. It was something going on with him every day. I don't hear nothing about him.
I ain't gonna front. I liked that song. That first joint that he did. Niggas every like he got this. I like.
It's like his little shit was catchy. Like
I liked that joint.
yeah, that's crazy though. But what he was snitching or something, right? He snitched or
Yo, he told on everybody. He told on the whole gang.
the
He told
Trevor
on
dude?
that whole crew.
Wow.
He told on niggas that didn't even get caught up. Like they had like indictments on them boys and like warrants. And he told on niggas that didn't even have warrants.
He just was telling on
He was
niggas.
telling on niggas.
Wow.
And he pled guilty and cooperated.
Yeah, that nigga gonna be. He can't even.
You can't set fate. You can't do nothing but. Okay, I like that we hit this topic.
Mm-hmm.
I like that we hit this conversation because that should bring us to a topic because snitching. Why is snitching so much more acceptable now than it was back then?
I might have to say I disagree. I think snitching was, to an extent, acceptable at all times, and it was unacceptable at all times. Think of the big name niggas, and a lot of them niggas was from Harlem. Think of a lot of niggas that was snitching that get so much respect from niggas. Frank Lucas, Alpo.
Frank Lucas is a touchy situation because
It was on cops.
he didn't tell on. Well, we got the movie story. Now,
Right.
this is our point of view from what we seen Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe do.
Right.
I've heard different stories about Frank Lucas from documentaries, but that was just people's point of view or the story that they heard.
Right.
So he snitched on cops.
Mm-hmm.
To anybody that's out there listening, does that count? I'm gonna ask you, cuz, do that count? And does that qualify as snitching?
I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Like I kind of operate on a different frequency. I typically don't be wrapped up in no business where it involves me to snitch or not snitch on nobody. Right.
Facts.
So in saying that, me personally, I'm not doing a rap for no motherfucking body. If I'm at some shit and it's jeopardizing me, call me a snitch. I'm not doing no bid or nothing for no fucking body, yo. Like, don't like, and I'm. That's just keeping it 100. Like,
I'm keeping it a buck.
yeah, you got to. Like, I cannot. Let's get this out the way. I'm no street nigga. I've never been no street nigga, so don't categorize me with niggas from the street. I cannot. I repeat, I cannot be wrapped up in no bullshit that anybody's doing, and that's typically why I keep to myself. But yeah, if some shit happened and I'm asked a question and it jeopardizes me, I'm letting you know what the fuck you. If you ask me a random question and I ain't got, I don't know, sir. You know what I mean? I don't know nothing. I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't know. But if you get to a scare tactic, listen. Only thing I got fear in is God. But if you get to talking that, oh, your life, your kids, or nah, bro, don't do that. Don't do that.
I think snitching comes from a place of not knowing.
Go ahead, give me that.
If you're in trouble,
mm-hmm.
if the cops come pick you up,
mm-hmm.
and you're being detained or whatever the case may be,
mm-hmm.
the first thing that they should tell you,
mm-hmm.
because they try to kick it with you,
mm-hmm.
what happened, what's going on, and tell us where were you. The first thing that they should do if you're being detained is read you your rights. Mm-hmm. You have a right to shut the hell up.
Mm-hmm.
You have a right to an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody know the drill
right.
when it comes to when you're being Mirandized.
To an extent.
They
never came to my way, and I pray to God it never do. But
facts. Me neither.
Right.
And I've dabbled in the street life, and I've been absolutely blessed to not have even... I've seen the back of a cop car because I was detained, but it was because they were searching the car that I didn't have a clean license to.
Mm-hmm.
So I got off. I didn't, go to jail or anything. But you have the right to shut up.
Right.
Be quiet. Ask for your attorney.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're just down there for questioning. Ask for your attorney.
Right.
You don't have to say nothing to them people. The detectives cannot offer you dudes a deal.
Mm.
So snitching comes for a lot of dudes. A lot of dudes know what they doing when they snitching, because they don't want to go. They don't want to go behind them bars.
Right.
And it's a lot of dudes in here. It's a lot of dudes out there or in jail that's probably got a bad rap. Some dudes that didn't snitch and actually really didn't do nothing.
Right.
But when you're a part of that life, man, you either gonna tell or you gonna take the book.
Right.
If the judge throw the book at you, take it and read it. Styles P said that.
I give you another way to look at that situation though, where it comes to the whole snitching thing. Is it only snitching when you dealing with the cops, or the snitching?
Oh.
Now watch, because now watch this.
See, now that's
watch this. A snitch is okay. A thief is a thief.
Facts.
A liar is a liar.
Facts.
Molester is a molester.
So on and so forth.
So, just because you're not snitching to the cops, but you snitching to somebody else, like a nigga can snitch, a nigga can do some shit and tell somebody else it, that's technically snitching if it's not supposed to be outside your circle. I give you, okay, here you go. Matter of fact, I give you this, I give it to you like this. Let's say I'm fucking with a chick. And let's say niggas know I'm fucking with a chick. And she's a chick that niggas want to fuck with.
Right.
So me and her fucking with each other hard. And one day I'm not around, but she come around. And somebody else. And she's not my chick, but we just fuck around. But then she get around another nigga that want to fuck with her. And they get to pillow talking. And that nigga get to, he fuck with this bitch too. He fucking around with somebody else too while he fucking with you. Just because he trying to get his shit off and get you.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? So it's like, that nigga snitching on me to an extent, and he ain't got to benefit him. That's like when you go to jail. Like, you snitch, if it's going to benefit you.
But what that nigga doing is not snitching, though. He's hating.
That's to an extent, I think that's like snitching,
That's
though.
hating, pillow talking.
And a form of snitching.
And it's a form of snitching. But it's a very... I think it's the worst kind of snitching because it's a broad move.
Okay.
A female move.
In the hating though, okay, here you go. I give it to you like this. What if the chicks ask him, do you know if he fucking with somebody else? And he be like, oh yeah, he fucking with that chick too. That's not, if I am, that's not technically hating, but that's snitching. Because that's like if somebody gets shot, bow, and I seen it, and then the cops come around and say, did you see? And I did see it, and I be like, and let's say it's a nigga I don't like.
Right.
Am I hating on the niggas I don't like him? Or am I snitching? The chick fucking with the nigga and she feeling me, and we not committed, but then she just fucking around and be like, do you know if that nigga fucking somebody else? Yeah, that's my man, but he be fucking mad chicks. That's a form of snitching. Like, you ain't have, if that's my man's ain't supposed to be like, Yo, I don't know. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's snitching if it comes from a nigga that's not your man. Like, for instance, me and you.
Mm-hmm.
If you was kicking it with a chick, or I'm gonna use myself. If I'm
Okay.
kicking it with a chick, you'd be like, "Oh, I seen you with your cousin the other day." You know what I'm saying? Like, who he mess with? I don't know. That nigga be doing his thing.
Right.
That's how you should answer that question.
But it don't always go that way.
Yeah,
we
but
know it.
you gotta hold certain niggas portray roles. And so some niggas is hard in the street and soft in the sheets. And I'm talking about every bit of soft. So they pillow talking, they fondling, massaging, all that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Toes and shit.
Licking toes and all that. So it's like,
I don't know, man. I can't categorize. I can't break it. Me personally, I can't categorize it.
I think it's from it gotta be it really it's categories to that part of snitching.
I don't think it should be no gray area. I think it should be boom, boom. Either you is or you ain't. Ain't no gray. Ain't no.
Because for a small city, y'all hear this. We're from Buffalo. Buffalo is extremely small.
To an extent.
It's actually very big, but it's very small. So everybody really know each other.
Right. Every 4 fucking people, out of them 4 people, somebody knows somebody within them.
Oh yeah, I went to school with him. I went to school with her. Oh, she went to school with my cousin.
Some shit.
Yo, he used to date with my cousin. So as far as snitching amongst your peoples, I think only your close circle.
Right.
Especially in a small town like this. So if your close circle is going around telling, pillow talking, and snitching on you,
Right.
that's a violation.
Right.
But if it's anybody else, oh, I know him. I seen him. You know, I seen him with your homegirl cousin.
Right.
You know what I mean? They was at the movies. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
Sometimes it's just valuable information. But then sometimes, if it's from an outside your circle, it's valuable. It might be just, I'm gonna say, mistaken information.
I'm gonna give you that.
But if it's in your circle, it's hating, it's snitching.
I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that.
So you see, it's a gray area.
Yeah, it is a gray area, but it's tough to. It's like you got to get adjusted to that gray area. For me, that's like that one conversation we had about with street codes, street laws. You can't fuck with a chick if your man fuck with the chick before.
Right.
Like, I don't personally respect that. Like, if you knocked her and dissed her and disrespected her, but then I see something different in her and you my man, I feel like it's free game. You dissed her. So that's like saying if my man sleep with mad fucking chicks.
There's a difference in sleeping and then.
But even if you dabbling, like if you on your pimp shit to an extent, you on your pimp shit. So like,
if you on your pimp and your man on this pimp, if you on your G and he on his G, game gotta recognize game.
All right, but
that's a story.
That's what it was
You know
though.
what I mean?
That's what it was at one point though. Like it was basically at one point everybody had a girlfriend in high school, but you was kind of sleeping around with other chicks as well.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, so you can't get it's like you can't have your cake and eat it too. Shit, it's cake. That's what you're supposed to do.
But see, that also circles back into the capacity of our city.
Yeah, it's too fucking small.
It's too small. You gonna run into somebody.
Right.
Niggas has been recycling for years.
Right, very much so. Without the blue canister, now they green. They used to have little blue joints you used to just carry like a motherfucking bin. Now they got the motherfucking shit with the wheels.
Right.
Recycle like a motherfucker. And it's a lot of recyclables.
There's a lot of recycling going on in
A
Buffalo.
lot of recyclables. It's not tough to like. It's like it's almost like a big ass family tree if you really want to be honest.
That's a fact.
It's like you can sleep with a chick, and you probably one out of like 30 niggas that hit that, and them 30 niggas you probably gonna know about a good 17 of them. Like that's crazy when you think about that.
But that also comes from niggas not knowing who their family is too.
Right. Oh yeah. Shit.
That's a touchy subject right there. Niggas not knowing their families in a small town.
Shit. That comes from bum ass parents, to an extent. I'm gonna call it what it is. I have a couple of them. I'm not gonna lie to you.
To an extent, yeah.
It comes from bum ass parents, and
that's both of us though. We both could say, to an extent, yes.
Yeah.
You know, our parents. Okay, for everybody that don't know that's out there listening, that's my big cuz.
Okay.
My father and his mom is brother and sister. My father is the older brother. Now, our family situation, the Fleming side, and yes, I know your last name is different, but you're Fleming.
Right.
So, our grandparents was Ralph and Granddad Ralph and Grandma Emma was victims of murder-suicide. And they had 4 children. They had, what, 5? It was
5. I thought it was 6 and 1 died. I never heard a story about a 6, but maybe I'm tripping.
I'm just going to say 5.
It was 5.
It's 5. We had Auntie Pat, Auntie Jeannie, Auntie Cherry, may she rest in peace. My dad, which is our Ralph, and my Auntie Charlotte, which is Big Cuz mom.
Right. Auntie Jeannie the oldest.
Auntie Jeannie is the oldest. I said Auntie Pat first.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
So, when that happened, like, it crushed our aunt and my father, and it's like, they was just lost. They was lost in the sauce, and I'm not really gonna get too deep into it. I already done dropped names, but it's my family.
Right.
It's my side. It's my blood. So we could talk about it.
And it's deeper than that. We didn't even get to the whole factor of the grandfather Ralph being a Fleming and the grandmother being a white.
Right.
Which is, we got the whites and the Flemings, and that put a break in everything. Like, they didn't get along. They didn't really fuck with each other either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But what is bringing us to what I was trying to navigate around was, I'm going to use me and Cuz for instance. We grew up not really hanging with each other, not really knowing each other. Like, we've been around each other, and we've seen each other, and we probably played and had countless fun, but it wasn't on a consistent basis, like you usually do with your cousins. Right.
It was like some shit as if he was from Alabama and came up here to visit for a week.
Facts.
And then, I don't know, the next time I'm going to see him type shit.
Facts. So, it throws a monkey wrench in the system. And that's how it is with our family. Like, it's millions of Flemings that I do not know. People with the last name Fleming, I do not know. And I'm got to go back to this story. We was just talking about this the other day. I went to Seneca. Sen High representing. It's not really a high school no more, but Sen High all the way.
MST.
And Big Cuz went to traditional. And he was
AKA East.
He's gonna be humbled about it, but he was a star basketball player for 2 years in traditional.
No,
he was a star.
My 2 years, we had a star. I'm gonna call a spade a spade.
Shout out to the legend. I'm taking Wallow word again, but shout out to the legend, the Buffalo legend, Don Juan Tyson.
Mister, I'm about to shoot, motherfucking. I'm about to shoot motherfucking 60 shots a game.
Shout out to Don Juan Tyson.
Shout out to Tyson,
He
man.
dunked on me at the Randy's, too. I'm putting that out there.
Shit.
That's G14 classified. Nobody know about that. But I just told Cuz. He piked on me at the Randy's on a putback off a free throw of all things. Fart, I think y'all set that up, too, because you missed that free throw. I ain't never seen you miss a free throw.
Fart.
That's another Buffalo legend, but that's for another day.
For another day.
That's for another day. But Cuz went to traditional. He was a star.
No,
I was at Seneca. I didn't play basketball for Seneca, but I was an avid fan of my school. I had a little bit of school spirit. So Cuz used to kill us. He averaged 20 and 20 against us. He was abusing us, and I couldn't stand this nigga. I could not. Who is this big Shaq? This nigga is killing us. Now, I went to school with another cousin of mine who's also a Fleming.
Strongs.
Keith, what up, baby?
Strongs.
Keith Fleming. Keith did play on the basketball team, but I don't think he was on the team at this point. So we was in the crowd together. And so I'm like, yo, I can't stand this nigga. And Keith looking at me and looking at Cuz. And he looked at me, he was like, nigga, that's your cousin.
Right.
Now,
Right.
last time I seen Cuz, we was the same height, looking at each other eye in eye. This nigga is, for everybody that didn't listen yesterday, or you probably not gonna hear it because we had a technical difficulty.
Right.
Cuz is 6'7", 480 something pounds.
Right.
He wasn't this big back then. He was about 6'7", 250.
6'5". I kind of grew after a grown ass man. Hey, like
He started
6'5", 250.
He got 2 inches when he was 33.
Right. I grew a fro.
So I didn't know. That's not the Cuz that I remember.
Right. We talk about late 80s, early 90s.
Facts.
We talking about where niggas was wearing low ass jean shorts and motherfucking LA Gears.
Facts.
We talking about British Nikes and Ninja Turtles on the t-shirt. We talking about where you can go to the store and buy 5 and 10 cent popsicles times, bro. Like,
we talking
for real.
I'm gonna tell you how old this was. I'm talking about regular Nintendo and Sega Genesis.
Was the shit. Was the shit. We talking about where our parents was folding up dollars like they was motherfucking Philly blunts, swinging them motherfuckers looking for it.
Back one. I'm gonna give you a good one, cuz.
Don't say Hoop Dreams.
Yo, that's my movie. Hoop Dreams is my movie,
Hoop
cuz.
Dreams, my man Arthur.
Shout out to Hoop Dreams.
Shout out to Hoop Dreams.
Chicago. I'd like to thank the Lord for protecting my family. Arthur A.G. Senior, if you out there and you listening, man, shout out to you.
Gone, Arthur A.G. Gone, rest in peace. Senior.
For real?
Yeah, he got popped. He got killed, man.
He was a legend.
He was definitely a legend. He got killed, man.
He was a legend.
Arthur A.G. Senior got killed, man. I remember reading that up. He got killed, and Curtis Gates got killed.
Curtis, is that the brother?
That's the brother. He got killed in like a love triangle. He got killed in the middle of the street, man. Chicago, it been like that.
Chicago been real.
It been real. Rest in peace to them, man. God bless the dead.
I got a cousin. I got cousins that live in Chicago on my mom's side. He moved to Buffalo for like 2 years. It was too slow in Buffalo. It wasn't that much going on. He was used to that Chicago life.
That fast, I can't get with
that nigga was here. We was cool. We was tight here, and then he left. I ain't heard from the nigga since.
I can't get with that, man.
And that was like 8 years ago.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Hoop Dreams, man. I remember watching that in high school.
Hoop Dreams. I watched that shit in
On
grammar
study
school.
hall.
It was like 97 the first time I seen that shit. Hoop Dreams. But yeah, back to the family.
Facts.
Back to the family. We was split, and it wasn't our fault we was split.
Right.
But it's cool that we can come together as if we never was split.
Facts.
It ain't awkward. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't awkward at all. Like some other cousins, I can honestly say it probably would be awkward. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. Like some of the Flemings, like Uncle Ronnie kids, maybe I know Lil Ronnie, obviously. It's Joe Button. Lil Ronnie look like Joe Button. And the one that be at Hobson's. But other than that, yo, if I seen them other ones, I wouldn't even know who the fuck they was, man. That's crazy.
Me and Jafrica was cool because we graduated high school.
That's Hobson's.
Right.
I would know her.
So
I would know her, but the other ones I wouldn't. I think I might have known Joe, and I know, rest in peace, Joy. I remember seeing a picture of her when that whole situation happened back in like 05, 06 or something like that. That was crazy.
And that was the same circumstance.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's the same.
That shit came back right around. I was like, wow, man.
So it's probably safe to say that to some extent in their lives,
Mm-hmm.
my father, your mother, and our aunties probably suffered from some form, and probably still suffer from some form of post-traumatic stress disorder.
Mm-hmm. I can believe that. It shows in things that happen, like
even the way they interact with each other.
Yeah, and that is even crazier, man. That is, they act like kids, to an extent. They act like kids. It's like, it's sad, but it is what it is.
But if you really think about it, though, like, to piggyback off you saying that they act like kids,
Right.
their childhood was pretty much taken away.
Right.
So it was like the older sisters had to take care of the younger.
But they wasn't doing it properly.
They wasn't doing it proper, so yeah.
They stayed together. Like, they was tight, but it was like, 1 minute I love you heavy, the next minute I can't stand your fucking guts, and I'm not going to talk to you.
Right.
And that wasn't good. That was a bad... I mean, me and my siblings, we fight, we argue. We may take a couple days, but like them, like... It's to the point where, like, to be in the same city with relatives and not even run into them or have any... Like, I don't remember the last time I seen a couple of my aunts.
I'm not even going to say not even run into them. Not even... Barely recognize them.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think I would know Aunt Jeannie and have I seen her. I think I would. I'm a strong believer of it. Only way I probably wouldn't recognize Aunt Jeannie is if she was like super, and there's no knock to my aunt, but like if she was super, super skinny, it'd probably be like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like
right.
I know how they look. Like some relatives you're not gonna forget when you see them. Like, one knock I will not gonna even say knock. When I think about all of the siblings and everything though, like we all had times where we was away from our parent.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
The only ones who really wasn't, but like Aunt Cherry, she, you know, may she rest in peace. She passed away so that my two cousins not able to see their mom in that sense, but she always had them.
Right.
Those two always was with their mother.
And it just the roles was reversed. Like, we got it early.
Right.
Just happened. They getting it late.
Right. I caught like from 84 till about 91, 92, I was with my mom. From 91, 92 till not up until 2000 and what was that? 2003, late 2000, summer 2003. I would see my mom in the wind. Like, I lived back with my mom when I turned like 19, and that was crazy. It was different. It was different, man.
Them, to be totally honest, and it's crazy that we talking about because we've actually never had this conversation until now.
Right.
But them numbers is kind of similar.
Right.
That's with me and my dad. Like, I was with my dad my dad was heavy in my life from 84 till he went to the Army. I think that was in 88.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Marines. You can't get that wrong with him because he'll jump on you.
Right.
He went to the Marines. And then he came back, and it was, I'm going to say, 90 to about 92.
Mm-hmm.
Same time wave.
Right.
It's just that little bit when he went to the Marines and did his thing.
Right.
And then he moved to Georgia. So it was like I would only catch him if I knew he was coming to town.
Right. You
know what I'm saying? And we would be touch bases, and it was iffy.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I want to give a big shout out to my mother, my mom, who never really, who's a stand-up person when it came to my dad. They didn't work out, and my mom never dogged my dad to me like some moms do. Some moms do it, and it's no knock to y'all, but my mom didn't do it. So, it allowed me to have that quote unquote yearning for my dad. Like,
right.
Yo, dad. So whenever he came in, I was always super excited. I was always happy to see him. And it hurt it when he left. So me and my dad right now is great. The relationship that we got now is great. And I'm not even going to get into none of the negative feelings I had towards my dad because it's no use.
Right.
We're great right now. And I'm happy about it. And I don't know about you, but
right.
that's my feeling towards it.
Towards your pops?
Yeah.
Well, my mom, it's a... I can honestly say to an extent because I'm not sure how, if a father figure or a male figure was with your mom and he played a significant role in your life due to the absence of Uncle Ralph.
Mm-hmm.
But like, with my mom, it was, my mom was like my best friend. Like I wanted to see her all the time. So when we got to that point where we wasn't with her, me and my sisters, we wasn't with her. It that like scarred me. It scarred me bad. But in that same sentence, I didn't go without.
Facts.
I was born and raised in a household with a mother and a father.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And shoot, the story even deeper than that. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's just a lot of people.
Just the surface.
Yeah, that's just the surface. Because me being born and raised in a household with a mother and a father, and I give super, super kudos, and I may not show it as much or talk about it as much to my pops, but he, if it wasn't for him, a lot of shit would be so different.
Right.
So different. This is going to be one of the deepest, podcasts you're going to probably hear from us on this level, because like I said, like my pop's not even my biological pops, but that's my father.
Facts.
And I know who my biological pops is, and I would like to say much respect to him, but I can't, because I don't really know the nigga. He pulled a Houdini, and a nigga live in the same area. Like that nigga's around. So I got other siblings, other cousins. Shout out to my cousin Fat Cat, my cousin Shawnee. I'm definitely gonna shout them out. You know what I'm saying? Shawnee funny as hell.
Funny.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like my aunt Vanessa, because I kicked it with her more than I kicked it with my own sperm donor, and she told me a lot. But Shawnee was the one that kind of glued a lot of stuff together. That was putting the pieces together. I remember being at school and Shawnee would call me and say, "Hey, this is what you." And at first I'm like, "Who is this?" And when I came home, it was just exciting to like know that. At the end of the day, Red Singer, that's my pops. You know what I mean? I didn't go without.
Fact.
So to an extent, I do want to give some credit to Dex, because that's his name. And in doing that, I want to say thank you for not being in my life, because according to you, the way your actions are, there's a possibility I could have wound up like you. So thank you, and I didn't, and I'm cool with that. But out of all of that, I would rather be. I would have liked to have been more associated with my family.
Facts.
You could have been exactly who you were, but I just want to know my family. I think that's important. I had a whole nother brother and two sisters out there.
Right.
And I ain't even know that.
Right.
Because you, on whatever kick you on, man ain't never been to a birthday party. Man never gave me $1. I know that man was in the hospital, and I found out, and I went up to the hospital to check on him, but that man...
You don't even like hospitals.
And I fucking hate hospitals. You know what I mean? So... And I took my son up there with me, you know what I mean? Like, we was busy doing something else, and I heard about that.
Right.
But,
Shout out to my man Soup.
Super dope. You know what I mean? My nigga super dope. But, I'm cool. I can't sit back and say I'm hurt because of that. I can say it is
some form of hurt.
Yeah, it's an ill feeling.
Right.
But like I said, I didn't go without. Red Senior, he held that shit the fuck down.
You got everything you absolutely needed.
Right, and I probably got so much. I don't even use a lot of shit that he gave me, but you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. It's all good. We all gotta live. We gotta learn.
I keep kicking it to us. Yes,
right.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah,
yeah. Just kicking it with us yesterday. Man. Shout out to Uncle Reg.
Yeah.
He didn't know who I was at first, but it's all good.
Right, right. So we like I said, it's all good. We ain't gonna touch too much up on that because it could get, like I said, this shit can get deep. And this is gonna be one of the deepest things you hear from us,
yeah.
Especially on a personal level. But in all honesty, the podcast will be a personal because it's our personal opinions, it's our personal facts, it's our personal truths.
Right.
We want to give you that. You know what I'm saying? That's what make things. What's the word I'm looking for? It makes things more.
Puts things in perspective.
Yeah, put it in perspective and things go fluently. You don't feel like you got a front to put something on. We giving it to you real, raw and uncut.
That's probably the most you're going to hear names.
Right. Because
except for when we shout out the Buffalo Legends.
Right.
We shouting out, we putting Buffalo. Buffalo was on the map. Shout out to everybody that's doing it big in Buffalo right now. Whether you got your own business, you go to work every day, you going to school, you just graduated. Congratulations to everybody that just graduated.
Right.
From wherever you graduated from, whether you got your GED or your master's.
Right.
Shout out to you. And if you in Buffalo doing your thing, shout out to you. We love y'all. Mm-hmm. We love Buffalo.
Shout out to Buffalo. I ain't gonna hold you, cuz. Buffalo get on my damn nerves sometimes.
I hate it.
Buffalo get on my damn nerves sometimes, though. And that's on all aspects. That's on the sporting, the events,
everything.
The motherfucking people piss me off.
My beloved Buffalo Bills always hurt my feelings, but I'm with y'all to the end.
You mean the Orchard Park Bills, Buffalo?
Man, whatever you want to call them. Whatever you want to call them. The Orchard Park, the North Lancaster Bills, the South Depew.
Besides Reggie Bush, the only Buffalo Bill I think I ever really fucked with was the nigga, the rum running back. What's his name? Fred Jackson.
Fred Jackson is definitely a Buffalo Bills legend.
All right, I fuck with Fred Jackson, and because I liked the way I liked his story. That's why I liked him.
Yeah, facts.
He grinded to get where he was at.
Facts.
And then, but after he left, I liked Marshawn Lynch with his little shit. Like, his shit funny as hell to be like.
I love Marshawn Lynch.
Like, when he was here,
that was my guy. I met him at Street Game. He was super cool, super West Coast, super Oakland.
See, I wasn't rocking with him then. I ain't started fucking until he got to the Seahawks, and I was like, yo, this nigga is hilarious, and this nigga is real. Like, so yeah. Shout out to Marshawn Lynch.
I met him, but I wasn't like groupie.
Right.
Like, I wasn't asking for autographs. I just, I acknowledged. I acknowledged him. He acknowledged me, and that was enough for me.
Right.
So, that was cool. Marshawn
Lynch.
Speaking of, okay, let's get to something.
Since
we talking about being a super groupie. There's a lot of super groupie cats out here too. You see it on Instagram, you see it on Facebook.
Woo!
If you had to what celebrity, rapper, actor, ball player, whatever, you think you would be starstruck over?
There's only two. I don't even have to think about it. I already know it.
Whoa.
Tracy Ellis Ross and Jill Scott.
That's something.
Those are the only two.
That's major.
That's the only two. That's the only two. If
major.
I see either one of them, I'm on shit. Like, I'm on shit. Like, I'm not asking for no autograph. I don't want no autograph. I want a hug. I want to smell like cocoa butter. I want to smell like blue magic. I want to smell. I don't give a. I want to just touch them. Like, Tracy Ellis Ross and Jill Scott is like.
Cause I love you to death. We might have to scrap for Jill though.
Jilly from Philly.
I like Jilly from Philly, dog. I'm talking about back in your hair. I'm pleased. You ain't know what was in her hair, dog.
Right. She had that wrap on. I ain't give a fuck. She had a jean dress on. Jill Scott looked like. Jill Scott can say something so basic in a sentence And that shit just sexy. And I'm not talking about what everybody getting with this whole when she was, emulating. She was giving head. I've been had to, in fact, because when that happened, everybody was like, "Yo,
y'all was just getting on to Jill Scott."
No, I'm talking about Jill Scott had that shit with her. Now, let's not get it misconstrued either. There's some sexy ass other models and your Bernice Burgos and all that.
Facts.
But I don't give a fuck about that. And the reason why I don't give a fuck about that is because everybody else thirsty ass worried about that. Not as if we meeting them and I'm gonna get the opportunity, but Jill Scott, it just like if a motherfucker can talk to me and make me like, shh, that's big. Right. I don't smoke weed. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you, cuz. I don't smoke or drink no more, right? If Jill Scott asks to snort a line, I might snort a line.
Yo.
I'm talking about chop. I'm getting it in.
You out for that.
I fucks with Jilly from Philly heavy like that. Tracy Ellis Ross, and she's seasoned. She in her 50s, ain't she?
She like your late 30s.
Never.
Tracy,
look that up. Yeah, look that up.
We need facts.
I think Tracy Ellis Ross, like, at least, she got to be at least 47, 48. She's seasoned.
I don't even think she's the older sister.
She might not be, but she older, man.
I'm gonna give her early 40s, dog.
You gonna say early 40s?
I'm gonna say early 40s. But that's right up my alley.
I don't give a yo.
I was 19. The chick that I was messing with was 41, so that's right up my alley.
Tracy Ellis Ross. Age? You talking about age with it? Yeah, she's
definitely
amazing. She be working out all that shit.
And she funny.
Right.
What the heck? Oh, there you go.
Tracy Ellis Ross got that shit. And she got a body.
She 46.
46, okay.
Oh, so you was close.
Yeah,
you said 48.
Yeah, 48. Damn, I said for my bad, Tracy.
I wouldn't even give her that though.
Yeah, my bad, Tracy.
I was giving her early. She was just coming out of her 30s.
I gave her. I pushed a little high, but I like them seasoned like that. Was that 12 years older than me?
Oh, she is the older sister.
I fuck with her heavy, cuz. Oh, fuck with Tracy Ellis Ross. She is. She can get that work. I'll pop a Viagra for Tracy Ellis Ross. And juice? I don't need it.
You gonna juice?
Yeah, I'm. That's just the bad part of it. I can just. Oh man, I want to smell her morning breath. All that. I'm with all the smoke.
You probably suck a fart out her butt.
Possibly. One of them loud joints with a booty cheeks clapping. You ever fart your butt cheeks together and they come out like a motherfucker, like you take a you take a wet orange and rub it across a leather seat. Clapper. I fuck with Tracy Ellis Ross and Jill Scott. Those my two. Who you got, cuz? What two joints gonna make you lose your mind if you see him? Oh, hold up, Jesus. But Jesus not a celebrity. He's just the all-time great.
Okay, no.
But
let's put this out there. Jesus is a legend.
Yeah, he's the legend of all legends.
He's the legend of all legends.
I cuss, I do all this stuff, but I love God. He knows my heart. He knows where it's coming from.
Jesus is a legend.
Jesus is the most important legend of them all.
We all gonna be starstruck when we
see him. Because he is coming. He is coming.
All right, but okay.
I said two because that was my two. If you got more, you got more. But who walking through this door right now, have you go crazy? Who is gonna be, cuz?
Okay, first one.
Oh, it's more than
Jill Scott is on my list. Not as high as yours, but Jill Scott is one of my original crushes.
Jilly from Philly.
My original top-notch crush, and who would drive me absolutely wild right now, will be Oprah.
Oh,
I can't stray from what I know.
Is it the bread?
Yes.
Okay. I'm about to say, because Oprah.
It's the money.
Oprah looked like
Oprah done had a dude for 20 some odd years that nobody knows.
Stedman.
And he's living the life.
Stedman. Hitting that cat. Wow!
That's a fact.
Wow! He hitting that cat. Doing it dirty. Okay with me.
What if he not hit?
Nah, I don't think it hit. He might not be. Oprah got kids?
No. Oprah got bread. She got enough bread to say, yo, you not getting that.
She could buy a kid. Yeah, she do. That's true. She probably got some hell of a toys. You think Oprah too important or too rich to bust a nut? I don't think that. I think she got to bust a nut. She probably got some shit. Oprah probably got some shit she can just taste and then just bust a nut. The type of money she got.
I don't know. I don't even know why I like her, dog. Because I've seen Color Purple millions of times.
Oh, my God.
And it was nothing attractive about Oprah in that movie.
Oh, my God. Oprah? Oprah gonna have you lose your mind? Even though,
I think it's the bread. I think it's the bread, and I like older women.
But, okay, so check it out. Is it excitement because you gonna see her and it's a possibility she gonna look out for you? Or is it just, okay, that's just Oprah and I'm finna go crazy because it's Oprah?
I think it's just, and I'm going to be totally honest, this is G14 classified. Nobody knows about this.
Ooh.
I've always had a fantasy of being like a gigolo or a male prostitute.
Ooh.
And just the fact that she's super powerful and super rich. And I
tip.
may be able to drop it off in her drawers and she kick me some cash for it. No matter how my performance is. Crazy.
But we mad as hell she throw you a motherfucking sit-down lawnmower or something. Well, I don't really give out cash. And,
take these stocks and bonds.
Right, take these stocks and bonds. And I have a couple of old Lamborghinis out. You can have those.
I'll take them.
Right. And yeah, of course, with that, hell yeah.
I'll take
fuck the cash because I'm going to flip them motherfuckers. I'm not driving
That's
a
a
Lamborghini.
fact. I'm going to call Jay Leno.
Right.
And say, yo, I got a 19.
It's probably an 87 Lamborghini.
That's a fact.
She got some shit in her garage. If she even got that.
Thank you. She might just buy whatever new big black Suburban or something every year.
She probably not even doing that.
Do she go to the supermarket? You think she goes to the supermarket?
It's a possibility. She probably go to a real healthy. I guarantee you, wherever she lives, which is probably like Malibu somewhere, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know where she's stationed out of, but it's a community where they have a certain, like, I can guarantee you, if they do go to regular stores, which is cool, but they got some shit within their community that they go to. It's just too much. She got too much money to really worry about going to the fucking store.
So going to the supermarket is poor people issues.
Not poor people issues, but like, I can't go there and expect a regular reaction from people. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't gonna get like, first of all, it's gonna be security like a motherfucker with her.
Facts.
You know what I mean? It's not gonna be like you can't even go, like, you got so much money and so known that you can't even go be regular. That's why Michael Jackson did all the shit he did at his house.
Right.
Shit, you can't even go fucking be regular. Like, that's crazy. I could never want that type of like energy, man. That gotta be stressful. And you gotta keep your cool. A motherfucker could be like, oh, she shook my hand too hard and now I got arthritis.
Right, yeah.
You can't even do shit because niggas looking to get that dollar.
It's very touchy now.
Yeah,
it's very touchy.
Very fucked up. Oprah number one though.
Oprah number one. My second one is a dude, and I don't know. I'm not gay. But it's just a favorite of mine. It's a particular favorite. Jay-Z. I think I would be absolutely starstruck. I think I've seen starstruck when I seen Jay-Z.
Yeah, this is true. Oh, by itself or with Beyonce?
I'd rather see Blue Ivy.
Blue Ivy?
Yeah.
Blue Ivy? How old is Blue Ivy now?
She gotta be about 5'6".
No, she gotta be older than that. Blue Ivy? That's older than the first one? Well, I thought she was older than that. She was.
Oh, she got to be about 5 or
I
6.
thought she was about like good 10.
Nah, hegs no. That wasn't 10 years ago. She's 7.
Shit.
She won in 2012.
2012. Blue Ivy Carter. And what's the twins' name? Is it twin?
I don't know.
Or is it, do they got another one or something?
It is twins, but I don't know their names.
Damn. Jay-Z and Oprah.
I ain't even gonna. I'd probably be starstruck by LeBron James too.
That's my man, 50 grand.
And I'm not a big fan of LeBron James. I'm a bigger fan of Kobe. But I would probably honestly be starstruck by LeBron James because this is the first time in 9 years that we haven't seen this dude in the finals.
Right. Right.
In the playoffs, period. I'm not even gonna say the finals.
Now you can
Just
say the
playoffs.
This is the first time in 9 years when you seen him in the playoffs. The first time in like 14 years he ain't been in the playoffs. That's crazy. Because he went the first 2 years of his career, he missed the playoffs. He improved both seasons, but he missed the playoffs. Then he had that.
Then they went to the finals that third year, right?
No, it was the fourth.
That wasn't the San Antonio year?
No, San Antonio was 07. He came in the league in 03.
3, right. Okay.
07 playoffs was San Antonio. So by his fourth year, he hit the finals. He couldn't get over Boston. No, Detroit. I'm sorry.
Detroit, yeah, it was Detroit first.
Couldn't get over Detroit, and then he finally did. That was 07. They got swept. You know, the next best player on the team was fucking Boo-G Gibson. That should say a lot that nobody wants to fucking. He got him to the finals. Yeah, he got him to the finals. What people fail to realize about LeBron, man, and it's hard to like face this fact, is that the man is fucking human. Like, he's a human fucking being. No matter how talented or skillful. Like, I hate arguing with people. I'm gonna tell you an argument I hate arguing with people. I hate. It's two type of people that hate on LeBron. And there might be more, but these are two I typically come across. They either just don't fucking like him and go just total disrespect, like he's garbage.
Right.
He's this, he's this, he's this. Or you got the motherfucker who's so infatuated on somebody else and like say, well, he only did this because this happened. Or this. You just don't want to get him in no fucking respect.
And it's I'm gonna add another person to that to that criteria. Niggas that didn't hoop.
Right. Got the most to say.
Niggas that didn't put in no work on the court. And I'm not talking about rec leagues. I'm talking about
organized league.
Organized
something.
High school
college.
To whatever division.
Right.
D1, D2, D3, whatever.
Do nothing.
Junior college, whatever.
So quick. To just dog him like.
Just, why he need so much help?
Right.
What do you mean?
What the fuck you talking about, man? Like what? Like, it came down to it. The way I kind of like try to shut down the whole fucking conversation, because I put it out there. Listen, Kobe Bryant was great.
Great.
Michael Jordan was great.
Great.
Magic Johnson was great.
Great.
Kareem was great.
Super.
Olajuwon, Shaq, Duncan, Robinson. All these motherfuckers was great. But the minute you mention LeBron's name, it's, oh, he's a crybaby.
Yeah.
He's this, he's that.
He passed too much.
Yeah,
he does
this. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, you, listen, the nigga play basketball at a high level. He's not getting this money, this attention, this exposure where he get if he was all these things that you saying he is. It's funny how some of y'all favorites ain't even fucking, they will never be on that level.
Never.
They will never be on. They can be in the NBA or whatever, but they will never be on a level as him.
That's why they could only, their only comparison, they could only say Jordan.
Right.
Or Kobe.
Right.
Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't, like, you comparing them to these motherfucking used to be's in the city, and this is no knock to niggas that used to be good in basketball and then didn't do nothing with it or whatever it may be. What I'm saying is, niggas that used to hoop and they had these arguments about these motherfuckers who's making millions while they're playing basketball and you're not, you can't say shit. In all honesty, just like, I guess my argument is this. I'm not hating on a nigga that's making money doing what he like to do. A lot of you motherfuckers that played ball at one point was like, oh, I'm gonna go D1, or I'm gonna go overseas, or I'm gonna go to the NBA or something. You ain't make it there. So in all honesty, your argument or your opinion should always be bigging a nigga up that's better than you.
Right. At least give him his props.
Right. Scalabrine better than you motherfuckers and shit. Right. Brian Scalabrine, that nigga seen millions playing basketball. Have you?
Yo.
So he's better than you.
I'm gonna kill him now. I'm gonna kill him with this one.
Yeah.
Booby Gibson is better.
Booby Gibson better than y'all niggas.
He K-Slade Keisha Cole.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all niggas worry about slaying the same chick that might look good that everybody else done tatted and ratted on. You see what I'm saying? Stop hating on the nigga that's doing good. It's okay to give props.
And not only is he a good basketball player, but he's even a better outside person.
Right.
He not, I mean, I don't know the nigga life, but from what I seen or what I haven't heard, he ain't cheating on his wife.
Kobe.
He always Yo.
Magic
got that monster.
Right. He definitely cheated on his fucking wife.
Magic got proof.
Right. But no, I'm gonna tell you what
he got the ultimate receipt.
Right. Right. The ultimate. I'm gonna tell you what they do though. They say they ain't got nothing to do with his game. You're right, because it ain't basketball. But he fucking did that dumb shit though. So it don't, like, he's not doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he's not skilled, he's just athletic.
Who talking about LeBron?
Yeah, that's what
LeBron is absolutely skilled.
They say he's not skilled, he's athletic. Because he's bigger and faster and stronger. That's athleticism, that's not a skill. I said, okay.
Okay, I'm going to put it to you like this.
If that's the case, what nigga from Buffalo is skilled then? And I'll wait. Because if LeBron is okay, and then you can say what nigga in Buffalo is athletic, and then when you show me the difference of the two, and then you show me and don't tell me about well, the reason why this person didn't make it is because they killed somebody, or the reason why this person didn't make it because they got knocked in that raid bus. You dumbass! That's the same shit that he didn't do, which clearly makes him better than. You know what I mean?
Right.
Come on, man. That's like, I don't get that shit. I really don't get. I never understood how a nigga can hate on a nigga that's doing well.
I could use two skilled players from Buffalo.
Two skilled players.
Skilled players.
Two skilled players.
Like
the skill level clearly separates them from every other player
in Buffalo.
Let me hear.
Mark Price used to play for Riverside. Went D1 in Siena. Did pretty good. Jason Rowe. You could throw Leonard Stokes in there too, but I wouldn't consider him as skilled as he was. Legit 6'6", 6'5".
This was Stokes.
Stokes, yeah.
I never seen Stokes play. I heard about him.
I'm talking about Leonard.
Yeah, I know Lauren. I seen Lauren play. Lauren was nasty. I mean, yeah, I can see. No, I'm gonna take that. I never really seen Price play that much.
Mark Price went to school. Mark Price went to Riverside with Mo, so we used to go to Mo games.
Right.
So that's why I used to see Mark Price.
I seen Rowe play. You know what I mean? A little bit older. The way
but still skilled.
Right.
He was still. You seen that he was holding back.
See, I wish I would have seen him. I don't know. I guess you could say the prime. But why didn't it happen?
I don't know their backstories. Right. I couldn't tell you.
Why didn't it go?
I couldn't tell you.
Like, okay, so I guess you could say opportunities are better now. No, I really can't say that. You know, you figure the NBA is 2 rounds. That's 60 players they taking throughout the world.
Right.
60 players.
And it's been abundance of foreign players.
Right.
The last 10 years.
Right. There's no knock to nobody because like I said, I don't hate on the nigga. Jason Rowe, Mark Price, they did see things that I would never see. I'm not hating on nobody. This is just my opinion because I've seen LeBron play. I I didn't really see them play like that, except like in rec leagues, and I ain't gonna say that don't count, but to an extent it don't. Rec leagues not getting us to the NBA or whatever.
Facts.
I guess my argument with this though is, you said skilled players: Mark Price, Jason Rowe.
Jason Rowe, and Mark Price. I throw Leonard. I threw Leonard in there.
Why?
Because Leonard went like top. He went to Cincinnati like after Kenyon Martin.
Why did we get NBA out of him? Excuse me.
I don't know.
But now watch this. Now watch how I'm about to flip this all around. Right? We didn't get NBA out of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two players you didn't name skill set: Lazar Hayward and Johnny Flynn. They both went in the first round in the NBA. They both played with the top level players. Johnny Flynn he started in the NBA. Lazar Hayward never start in the NBA, but they went to college. Why aren't they considered the top skill? Damone Brown went to the NBA. I ain't never seen him play. I know I seen him on the bench before.
He was 6'9".
Johnny Flynn was about the same height as Rowe, maybe an inch or two taller, a couple inches taller.
All right, cuz you got me on that one.
Yeah, that's something that...
You got me. No, you got me.
Because I'm trying to get to compare. Are we going to sit here and say that...
Because I remember Lazar at the Pratt when he was like 5'8". Right. You know what I'm saying?
Spurt,
yeah,
it's crazy
rolling. Growth spurt.
Is it fair to say... Now, watch this. Now, this can ring bells. Is Lazar Hayward better than Mark Price, and is Johnny Flynn better than Jason Rowe?
I think it's a different... I think it's a bad comparison because it's a different athlete.
Well, Johnny and Jason was point guards.
Yeah, but look at the look what he was doing as a point guard.
Ooh.
Johnny Flynn.
But Rowe, from what I heard, Rowe was punching on boys, shooting on boys.
Like he was punching and shooting.
It was an error that I
was that man stealing the ball. Johnny Flynn would steal the ball and come down and do a reverse 360.
I heard Rowe had some shit with him.
I think it's a different athlete, bro.
I've heard, but it's still at the end of the day, it's still you are who you are. He went in the. I don't think because. Excuse me. I don't think because Johnny Flynn can windmill, he went to the NBA. I don't think because Johnny Flynn can still do a 360, he went to the NBA. Feel me?
I don't. That's interesting.
That's tough. When you think about it, who can you like? When people argue that, because both sides has a following. Some people gonna be like, "Oh, Johnny Flynn." I mean, Jason Rowe was that nigga. He was the best to come out the joint, and then you say, you gonna make somebody mad when you say, "Well, why didn't he go to the NBA?" Well, no, you can't say that because he went overseas and he did. You know what I mean? But he'd be like, well, this person went to the NBA, though. Either way, it was 60 motherfuckers that was coming out the joint.
Right.
And you didn't even have to go through the draft to make it to the NBA. You could have went undrafted.
Right.
So he didn't go either way. I don't know what happened, what was the story, but it didn't happen. I don't know. This is a podcast. This is what we just talking.
Listen, you know in my eyes, Mark Price, you will always be a legend. Jason Rowe, you're definitely a legend. That's my opinion. This nigga bringing up niggas that got super max contracts.
Oh, I'm definitely calling them legends. I'm not calling them legends. I'm not calling them legends. I'm just trying to get the term, like, how do people categorize or place people on these pedestals and why, you know what I mean? But it's almost like when Tracy Morgan said that shit about homosexuals. He said you could take a dick, but you can't take a joke. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, am I making you mad by saying it? Like, that's not my intentions to, right. But I'm just trying to get a better understanding of what happened.
Right.
And I'm not nobody even who has to know what happened. I'm just, I'm kicking it. You feel what I'm saying? We can't always see each other and ask the same shit. What you doing now? how's everything? Like, to be the same conversation. That's why I try to just like keep to myself. So I just want to know. Like, I know boys personally who made it to the highest level possible.
Mm-hmm.
I know people who...
You played with Zar, didn't you?
Yeah, Zar was... he started a couple games with us during my senior year, 03, because technically... I graduated 04. So watch this. I graduated 04. Was supposed to graduate 03, but technically was supposed to graduate 02. The way all of that happened was... The reason why I was supposed to graduate 02 was I got put back in 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So I did 6th grade twice.
All right.
I was supposed to graduate 03, but I didn't go to all the fucking exams. That was the year, the house burned down. I said, fuck school.
Right.
All I had to do, and I would have graduated because all I had to do was go take the Math A exam. That was the year where if you took it, they was going to give you credit because it was so hard.
Right.
I didn't even go take the shit. So 04 came, I ended up going to school for 2 classes, art and math. So if school started at 8:20, I was back home in my bed by about 10:05.
Oh.
Because I lived on Ferry, right down the street from the school. So,
right.
Like, it was like, damn, all I had to do was go take the exam and I would have graduated on time. But I'm glad I went through that, and I'm glad things went the way they went. But, yeah, Zar played with us. Zar was on the team technically. No, he was on the team my senior year. I don't think, no, he wasn't on the team junior year that I had there. He was on the team senior year, and his feet was in cement. And then I was supposed to graduate, and he came in that next year, and he had a growth spurt. We was doing that rowing shit. Like, it was a bunch of us. We was on, like, this West Side rowing team downtown, doing mad pull-ups on the row, push-ups, all that shit. Boys was getting scholarships. So I remember I had a little scholarship for fucking Syracuse from the rowing shit. But I wasn't doing that shit. And I was stupid. I probably should have went. But, yeah. He just showed the fuck out.
Had a wet ball. He had that.
He could shoot. I remember one time in the morning, I was shooting with this nigga here for like 10 minutes. You know how you like shooting around with somebody, you shoot the ball when you missed and you give them their layup, then you go shoot, whatever. You know, the typical Buffalo. Like, if you shoot, you making it, somebody kicking it to you. Mm-hmm. I was kicking it to that motherfucker for like 10 minutes, man, before that motherfucker missed. I'm like, God damn. But yeah, Zar. And that's crazy. Like, I kind of lost touch with him because I don't know what was said to him or what went on, but I just remember the sidekick twos, and we used to IM each other. Mm-hmm. Remember, sidekick had the IM shit.
Yeah.
And I IM'd him, and I was like, yo, as a matter of fact, when they played against Syracuse, I went to the game.
The Marquette, when you played for Marquette?
Yep, when he played for Marquette. I went to the game because my boy Skills was talking with Johnny Flynn's sister, and so we was going to the games, and they was playing against Marquette. And I remember I was on the court, and I called Zar, and he ran over to me. They was in the layup line. He ran over to me, slapped me up. What up? You know what I mean? Like, man, put on the show, bro. You know what I mean? Like, we here. And then Johnny came over, talked to, his sister. He slapped us up. Told us to enjoy the game. And I remember I IM'd him, and I asked him something. I asked him something like, yo, you ready for the... And he was like, who this? And I replied, I was like, it was Big Reg from Traditional, you know what I mean? And he replied back and said, I don't know no Big Reg. Oh. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, I never asked the man for nothing. Like, that wasn't my thing. Like, I was never going around telling, oh, I know Lazar Hayward. And no. Bro, I ain't never asked anybody who made it, I ain't never asked them for shit.
Maybe was it a case of changed number?
No, it was the IM. It was remember the AOL thing?
Yeah, okay, right.
Yeah, it was the AOL thing. We was messaging. So I said, you know what? That's cool. I ain't tripped. I ain't say nothing back after that. I just like, well, let it go. And I don't think I seen him after. I seen his brother a couple times at the Y. I seen his pops a couple times, but it is what it is. Like it wasn't like we was best of friends either. So It ain't like we just went to the same school. We was cool. Trips and shit. So, it is what it is. But I think that's definitely a good conversation / argument. Like, what separated them from them? You know what I mean?
What made them more skillful than these particular players?
Because Jason Rowe wasn't my era. Like I said, that wasn't my era, so I never seen him.
We the same era. I just remember seeing him.
Right. I didn't see. I seen him a couple times in like rec leagues and shit like that. I know when I first got to traditional, Greg French was that nigga.
Yeah, Greg French was that dude.
Greg French was that nigga. I never really seen him play, but I know him and Jay, all them boys used to walk around the school, and they didn't have to do shit.
It was him, T. George.
They didn't have to do shit.
Big Jacobs.
It was Jacobs, Marshall, all them boys, Corbett. Like, them boys was fucking nice from what I heard. I ain't seen no foot. I used to look at the old results, like, from the games.
They used to wipe the floor.
Oh, my God. You know who... You know who fucking name everybody couldn't wait to see on the schedule when we played in basketball?
Who?
Performing Arts.
And they had them portable hoops.
Oh my God! Listen, they fucking Jim was in the dungeon. Listen.
Yo, listen. Hold on, I got to shout out a Performing Arts player because he did score 1,000 points.
BG?
No. Mario Badger. The Mario Badger. Went to Performing Arts and scored 1,000 points.
She better have shit.
He shot 600 for 2006 from the three, but he scored 1,000 points.
Oh,
that had to be the worst school
I
ever.
thought you was gonna say Gator. I know Gator went there, and we let their ass up. Listen, when we seen Performing Arts on the schedule, we was like, oh yeah, everybody, even our bench, because them niggas knew they was getting there. I remember one time looking in Greg French and them ties, the score was like 140 to 60 or some shit. Like, it was crazy.
I can't believe they scored 60 on them boys.
Like, they scored 60. That probably was when they put the 40-40 club in. When you up by 40 or down. Listen, I don't typically like to toot my own horn, but I would like to say this. I will never forget 2003 sectionals, and I'm giving props to Mr. Valentino. The niggas scored more points than the other team in the sectionals.
Who did they play?
I was on this team. We played against Dunkirk,
and he had like 60 or something like that.
54.
Yeah.
The final score of the game was 121 to 35.
That was at Buff State, right?
At Bennett, with the chicken wing rim. Bennett, one of Bennett rims was 10 feet. The other rim was 7 feet. Listen, coach came in the fucking locker room and said, if these niggas score more than 35 points, y'all gonna have hell in practice. And he took us out. We didn't even play the second half. So that nigga scored 54 in the first half, bro. They only scored, I want to say that other team only scored anywhere, and I could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, they only scored between 7 and 11 points in the first half. High school basketball games was 8-minute quarters. That's 32 minutes. In 32 minutes...
That nigga scored 54 points in 32 minutes?
He scored 54 points in 16 minutes. I don't remember playing the second half. Maybe he let him play some more the second half. I don't remember playing the second half. I had 19 points that game. That nigga wasn't missing. That nigga had the green light. Listen, Don Tyson was scoring points while he was on the bench.
He's definitely a Buffalo legend.
Listen, the nigga was scoring points on the bench, man. The nigga was shooting threes on the bench. There was a timeout going on. He was shooting the ball, getting them points, man. Listen, you know how that nigga was scoring all them points? They was counting that nigga buckets in the layup line, man.
Yo, for you to score 54 points in 16 minutes. Yeah.
Yo, I don't recall us playing. I swear to, it's either we didn't play the second half or we didn't play the last quarter. I know we was cheering like a motherfucker though, cause them niggas hit 35 and we was like, yo, defense niggas, like we was fucking going crazy. Cause I'm like, yo, we got practice tomorrow. I'll be mad as hell. Like, but we ended up doing it. Them niggas scored 35 points. We crushed them niggas. And I want to say I ran into one of them niggas that played on that team not too long ago. But yeah, that nigga had 54. That nigga had a week. I remember when he got Super 7 Athlete of the Year. I mean, of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the week where he had like 54, 56, and then 62 or some shit.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
I remember that.
Listen, we played against Grover in our house, and he scored the 62. Let me remind y'all that the final score was like 99 to 91. He scored 62. I think I had like 21 or some shit. How many points is left? Not many. Not many points. I don't feel like doing the math. I can do the math. I'm fairly educated. I ain't doing the math. Y'all do the math.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's very crazy. That nigga went with that shit, bro. Like, he wasn't on my top 5 players in Western New York. In my view, he was not on my top 5 list.
Because he was your teammate.
He was my teammate, and you know what I mean? And that's no knock. He definitely was one of the, best players in the city. But he wasn't on my top 5 list. My top 5 list, which if you want to get into, we can get into it. My top 5.
Is this Buffalo player? This is
like Western New York. I'm just say Western New York.
All right.
And it kind of changed over the years, but it's 3 that's definitely always been on my list. I'm sorry, 4. That 5th player always changed. This is just who I liked, who game I appreciated, who game was like sweet to me.
Okay.
In no particular order. Number 1, Ed Turner from Turner Carroll. I thought being 6'7", 6'8", can play the guard position, will dunk on your ass, can shoot, and was taking like they big man. Yeah. I thought that was sweet. Mind you, that nigga got a full ride to Pitt. So you gotta give him fucking credit.
Facts.
I know shit ain't turned out so well, but Ed Turner was sweet as hell to me in high school. Number 2, Jose Narvaez, a.k.a. Ace. Ace. I've known Ace since motherfucking grammar school. We used to go out. I was going to school 80. He was going to school 3. He was a fucking point guard in grammar school. And Ace was crazy as hell. Ace used to come on the court screaming. I don't know what the fuck he was screaming. But Ace was nasty. We got to high school. Ace got to punching and doing all that shit. Ace was the only player I knew of in high school that had the fucking quadruple-double. He had it was like 10 blocks, 10 plus assists, 10 plus rebounds, 10 plus points. That was major dope, Ace.
Okay, let me throw this in as a sidebar.
Okay.
I think Ace is the only Puerto Rican I know that was dunking.
Ooh, he was.
Not to get racial. Shout out to my Latino friends and family and everybody that I know. But I think that was the only Puerto Rican I knew that was dunking.
That was dunking, right? Because some of them were sweet as hell. I remember he had the big 2 heavyset guards on his team too. I think one name was like Kiko, and then there was another one.
The little fast dude.
No, that's Heido.
Yeah, Heido. Yeah, I like
Heido.
No,
Heido was small. It was 2 heavyset. It was one that played.
Yeah.
It was a short heavyset one. It was a taller heavyset one.
And the one was the football player.
I think so. Them niggas was sweet, but they wasn't dunking. Your thing was dunking. So we got Ed Turner. We got Ace. Number 3, Quentin Bryant. Quentin Bryant.
A Senhai alum.
Mm-hmm. With Alfred, balled out. Quentin Bryant. Q. Yo. Q. Q was equivalent to me, like now, minus the crazy defense and the way he, but Q was like Kawhi Leonard to me because I'd never seen Q show emotion when he played.
Right.
When he got the ball, that nigga was the way he just handled the ball and shot and played just was so fucking smooth. He could dunk that. He was like, he could do all that shit. Yeah. Q Bryant was on my top 5 list.
Yo, Q.
Number 4, which I think should be on everybody's motherfucking list because of his buzz, Paul Harris. Paul Harris, in this era, or in that era, Paul was like almost fucking like LeBron. The way you was talking about, people talked about LeBron.
Between Niagara Falls and Buffalo, yes.
Yeah. Paul put fear in them young niggas, man.
Fact.
Paul, nigga, I remember it was talks he was supposed to come in traditional. They was like, he's supposed to go to Bennett.
Yeah.
He's supposed to go to, you know what I mean? Paul was like that nigga, yo. I think he is still balling too overseas. But Paul was that nigga. Now, my 5th person, but it always changed over the years. And some of these it was like 2 was like Niagara Falls dudes. It was Jason Rowe at one point. But I had Jason Rowe in there because of the talk, how everybody, you know what I mean?
He was the talk at the time.
He was the talk, but I didn't really see him play so much, so I had to take him out because I said I'm going by players that I seen play kind of on a regular basis. Not saying that I seen Q Bryant, but I seen him play like the Gus Macker. I seen him play in rec leagues. I seen him play in different shit on a constant basis. I didn't see Rowe that much. I also had Jeff Palmer on my fucking list because he was a big man and he was sweet. He could dribble. He wasn't shooting as much, but he could dribble. He could pass. Palmer was sweet. He's still playing, I believe, overseas. I had Marcus Henderson on my motherfucking list. Marcus Henderson was probably the best defending fucking guard next to Fat Cat, the nigga Tim Wynn.
Yeah.
I don't even. Is it Fat Cat? I think it is something Cat. But Tim Wynn was a mean ass defender, man. I remember hearing stories of him versus Rowe. I was like, damn, that shit sound crazy because, you know, Tim Wynn was a fucking hell of a defender and Rowe was offensive.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Marcus Henderson, because he was in my ear, I see Marcus lock niggas up. And the nigga Greg Betterson, shout out to Greg Betterson, he told me about that little scene. He's like, the nigga used to make niggas turn their hips. That's why he had access to be able to steal a ball. I was like,
right.
That's smart as hell.
Right.
So it's kind of a toss up for that 5th player. I probably can't even. It's just a toss up of a few different players. Honorable mention though was T.J. Adams. T.J. Adams was fucking nasty. T.J. Adams wore size fucking 6X shorts. All you seen was that nigga ankle braces, sneakers, and the bottom of that nigga, and he will dunk on you. He was shooting that shit from half court.
In your face.
Yo, TJ with a smooth demeanor too. He was a little not emotional, but like he showed expression. So I was gonna say he could have been like Kawhi Leonard, but nah, he showed expressions. But TJ was fucking nasty. TJ was nasty, and also honorable mention, and you can't leave him out because of what he did. He might have to be the 5th pick, Johnny Flynn.
Fact.
He went number 6 in the fucking NBA draft.
He won before Steph Curry.
Yeah, he went a lottery pick. He was a fucking lottery. And it was a business deal, but he still was a fucking lottery pick. How many of y'all niggas win lottery?
Facts.
I'm just saying.
All right, I respect your list.
Yeah, give me yours, cuz. I think we cut short on time, too. I think it's like 3 minutes left.
I respect your list, and I'm only doing, when I was in high school, my era.
Yeah.
I'm only doing my era. So, and I'm going to put it in order. But number 5, Edmund Rainey. Them Rainey boys was legit at Riverside. Rainey
So you
was
showed
legit.
a lot of love to Riverside.
Number 4, Jay Rich from Bennett.
He was nasty.
It was disgusting.
He was nasty. He was nasty.
Number 3, I got to go with Don Juan.
Okay.
I got to go with Don Juan.
Okay. That's respectable. Let that shit fly. You definitely was asked about on
We'll call Don Juan, a.k.a. Green Light.
Right, a.k.a. I shoot whenever I fucking feel like it.
Number 2, I got to go down the way. I got to go Mike Cole Parker.
Mike Cole's
Mike
player
Cole
of the
was
year.
nasty.
He's player of the year 2003. Honorable mention, Eric Roberson. Sorry.
That was the Jesus jumper.
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
That was the Jesus jumper. Number 1 is tough.
Number 1 is a toughie.
Number 1 is tough. Number 1 is tough.
Toughie.
Number 1, I'm going to go with, that's probably not on your radar, but it's definitely on my radar. I'm going to go with Reggie Holmes from Traditional. Because that's my cuz. Forget all you other niggas.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
My number 1 all-time player is Reggie
shit.
Holmes
Damn,
from Traditional.
Damn, cuz.
And he played alongside Don Juan Tyson, a.k.a. Green Light.
I thought I was Brian. I thought I was Brian with the athleticism and the headband.
That's my top 5.
Yo, we really went through the whole joint, cuz. We really went through. That's almost 90 minutes of that thing, cuz.
Yeah.
90 minutes of that thing, yo, and it's just the beginning.
That's just the beginning. This is just still.
I'm putting this shit up, unedited, just the way it is.
This is just our rough draft, y'all.
Rough draft.
So please stick with us. Listen to us. Leave comments. Leave whatever you think